Since the beginning of time, the human species has been striving to make progress. Through new discoveries, new experiences, and new technology. Ever since Bill Gates took his first hesitant steps in this world back in 1955, the digital revolution and the human capacity for development seems to have known no bounds. We are the future, and we're here to stay. Avicii. When the mobile telephone popped up 30 years ago, it was a sensational innovation. Nowadays, mobile phones are practically an extension of our arm. For example, statistics show that millions of images are published on Instagram each day. What was the last thing you uploaded? I posted this, of my cat. As the digital revolution moves forward, our workplaces are also changing. With greater freedom, we can work in a way which suits our individual needs. There's no longer just one way of working, but a smorgasbord of opportunities which a smart person decided to call an activity-based workplace. At Swedbank, we call it Swedbank at Work. But what does this really mean? Swedbank at Work considers the needs of the team as well as the individual. Studies indicate that our brain needs different types of stimuli in order to be healthy and develop. Do you remember the healthy eating plate from school? This can also be applied to our brain. It requires recreation and physical activity, rest, and reflection and focus. With this in mind, we need to spend time in environments that stimulate these types of brain activity. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Albert Einstein. It's in our nature to be suspicious about new environments. We need to explore and evaluate the new situations in which we find ourselves in order to be able to do a good job and feel secure. Research has shown that the success of a group is dependent on its leader, particularly during times of change. Together, we're stronger. You need me, and I need you. Without each other, there ain't nothing people can do. Aretha Franklin. Changing our work environment and the way we operate is a major process. Studies show that the most successful and content employees are the ones that understand the upsides of the different workspaces and use them as intended. It may seem easy, but it's important to reflect on how to get on top of this new task. We all make mistakes sometimes, but do not fear, try again. No one remembers a coward. There is no magic to achievement. It's really about hard work, choices, and persistence. Michelle Obama. Know the rules well so you can break them effectively. The Dalai Lama. Well, rules are made to be broken, which is why we don't work with rules. Swedbank at Work is based on good habits. Humans are creatures of habit, and we love our routines. Everyone knows how easy it is to hit the gym once you get into it.
What?
Oh well. According to Charles Duhigg, author of Why We Do What We Do in Life and Business, 40% of what we do each day is based on habit. So, a large part of our everyday life is not based on conscious decision-making, even though we may think it is, but good and bad habits.
Now it's time for a coffee. Let's go.
I guess you could say it's a bit like scrum boards. Can't live with them, can't live without them. The activity-based workplace is based on good habits, which we build together. Respecting one another isn't just a case of running around and being polite. It's about taking each other seriously. Take an interest in your colleagues. Mutual respect means better communication, which leads to a better work environment. Use zones and areas for the purpose intended. We're all different, and we all work in different ways. Swedbank at Work is about sharing workspaces. That's why it's so important to take care of them and tidy up after yourself when moving to a new work zone. By clearing your things away. When working together, the human species can solve the most complicated tasks, which sometimes can be a matter of life and death.
Did you unbook the room when Jenny cancelled the meeting?
Yes, I just did.
We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Aristotle. Respect, structure, and order, and cooperation are the foundations of a good work environment. It's a bit like making a good bouillabaisse. With the right balance of good ingredients, you can really hit the heights. Swedbank is an open workplace, which means higher levels of security. For example, don't place a ping-pong table right next to a non-sporting colleague. Security is no laughing matter. The fact is that safety and security are fundamental to an effective organisation. Better safe than sorry. As a part of Swedbank at Work, you're also responsible for your own security. For example, you have to be aware of deadly whiteboard wheels and put the whiteboard back where it belongs. And for goodness sake, don't forget your ID card. Find out where the nearest emergency exit is located. Keep the emergency exits free. Know the fire regulations. As you sit in different places every day, it's extremely important to keep a clean desk. This ensures information doesn't end up in the wrong hands and that your colleagues can take place after you.
Oh, I know her. She's my cousin. And she is rich.
Everyone who works at Swedbank knows that bank secrecy is fundamental to ensure the trust of customers and the wider world. Swedbank at Work may enable a whole new level of communication, but bank secrecy remains the same. Silence is golden. We now know that being stationary for long periods is one of the biggest health risks of our time. Sitting still during a large part of the working day without the variation of standing up or walking around has been proven to increase the risk of cardiovascular disease. Because we need mobility to feel good, sitting still also affects our well-being. Muscle pain in the back and neck can materialize after just a few months, while diabetes, cardiovascular disease and high blood pressure may occur after a few years of sedentary work. So, to cheer you up after this depressing outlook, let's take a look at some happy people moving around. Getting jiggy with it, Will Smith. Ergonomics means adapting work and the environment to the needs and requirements of people. Now there's something to think about in this very moment when you're probably bent over your computer screen like Quasimodo. You might even have your legs crossed. According to a report from the Swedish School of Sport and Health Sciences, our physical fitness has drastically decreased over the last 20 years. Between 1995 and 2017, the percentage of people with unhealthy levels of physical fitness rose from 27 to 46%. That something needs to change is as clear as a day. So why not start in the workplace? Did you know that when we move, we gain new impressions more easily? And when we walk beside each other, we're better at cooperating.
Look, there's Susie. Don't forget the meeting in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Thoughts prosper when we're moving forward. Variation benefits my whole body. Changing posture and body position is good medicine. Lena Lehmann, Feel Good. A wise girl once said, "I've never done it before, so I'm sure I'll do just fine." Pippi Longstocking. The human being is simply amazing. Throughout time, we've done a phenomenal job of adapting to the new challenges and changes we've been faced with. And the journey has just begun. I can't tell where the journey will end, but I know where to start. Avicii. Welcome to Swedbank at Work.